What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again. And you see the title of the broadcast. Let's go here now, people. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
So I had somebody that take me on a date, right? And I was telling him, well, instead of taking me on a date, the same money that you gonna use towards the date, you can help me buy my part for my car. My car is still drivable, but I need like a crankshaft or a camshaft, and it's like $200. And I was like, well, whatever money that you was gonna use towards the date, you can help me put the money towards buying the part. And I was like, I'll come up with the rest. Like you ain't got to give me the whole thing. Now, this part that I need, it keeps my car from cranking. Like I might have to
Right.
try like 2 times and then it crank, but it don't crank right up. But this part that I need, it'll help it crank right up. So he gonna say that's beneficial to me, but the date is beneficial to you, right? The fuck?
So the thing of this is here is it's crazy to me. But so I guess this is where we at in the 21st century. I guess this is where we at. So instead of taking her on the date, she wants to get the money for the crankshaft. Now, I find that to be odd. Like, what are you doing to where you don't have yourself together to where you can't get your own crankshaft? Listen, look, the dude barely knows you. That's a that type of situation. I'm sorry, that's a situation for your boyfriend or your husband, things like that. A man that you've known for quite some time and things like that to get that super personal. A date is to get to know you. Now, dating is definitely complicated nowadays. It's not what it used to be, but to say that to give you the money for the crankshaft or whatnot, that's that's a little wild. How do you know how much money he's really expecting to spend on a date with you? You know, so you just taking guesses in the dark to see how much money he really trying to spend, things like that as well. And you out here actually trying to get this man to buy your car part, talking about he was like, okay, well, from what she was saying, that would be beneficial to her. And she was like, well, the date will be beneficial for you. I mean, at the same time, though, too, that I don't think the date would necessarily be beneficial for him as well, because he's gonna be the one paying. So I mean, and and let's look at the big picture too as well. Also, too, how would the date be? I mean, how would him actually help you with the crankshaft be beneficial? I mean, yeah, all of it would be beneficial for her. Technically, she'd free food, a free camshaft. Technically, I mean, crankshaft. Like, come on, baby. Like it amazes me the level that these women are at nowadays. There's so many problems and issues going on in their lives and things like that, to where I don't see how she don't have any type. So she don't have no family, nothing that she can, no people that she can really count on to help her out with that situation and stuff. No, because that's a family situation until you actually get married or you're in a decent relationship with somebody, things like that, for them to want to help you with your car and super shit like that. That's super stuff. Taking you on a date to get to know you. That's how he was trying to get to know you. He don't know you like that to be buying crankshafts and shit like that for your car. I mean, the level of entitlement in today's society amongst saying some women is astronomical. You can't, a person that's trying to get to know you, y'all want to go out on a first date, you can't ask that man to well, I'm behind on my rent, can you help, instead of take me out on the date, can you help me pay my rent? No, I don't know you like that. That's what the date's for. That's the introduction level. These young ladies nowadays are not even smooth enough out here. They don't even have enough game about themselves to actually finesse a man into getting any damn thing out of them. They just go straight into it. Bitch, that's a turn off.
So what the first choice is there to think about?
You ain't finna get nothing now. Man, listen, look. Jesus Christ, man. And back in back when I was younger and stuff like that, the women are still women. But all I'm saying is though, back in the day, women at least used to, even if they were dead fucking broke, they would never let you know that shit, and that they were struggling, stuff like that. She wouldn't let you know that shit. She wouldn't let you know that her car needed a crankshaft. She would have you come pick her up. First of all, she would have her shit together enough mentally to deal with a man with a vehicle or vehicles. Okay. Then too, if she was having her car problem, stuff like that, she not gonna let him know no shit like that up front. She gonna be smooth enough to make sure she get him in there real good, things like that, and try to work something else out. Down the line, she had to twerk it until she get him in there good enough. These new age chicks think that they so entitled. They think that they can just tell you flat out that she need a crankshaft instead of taking me on a date. It's like, no, baby, that what are you talking about? That's not how the game goes. That's not how any game goes. And it's sad. I mean, Jesus Christ. I get it. And just be honest with you, finessing is part of dating to a degree. A woman has to have a little bit about herself to, get the man, kind of under her spell, I guess I use, to want to do things for and stuff like that. But when you coming out the door talking about, I need this done, I need that done, and we hadn't even sat down and had a meal together first. Come on, bitch. No. Come on now. Let's just cut the crap out here. This is ridiculous and definitely disrespectful. Not only to the dude, really disrespectful to herself. That had nobody really sat down and told her lady game. Like, these young ladies out here need real lady game. And I'm not talking about the treacherous side of lady game to being this overbearing user and abuser and just this trash individual that, is corrupt and trying to, just treat people like trash and stuff. Not that type of game, you know what I'm saying? Because some women out here are like that. I'm talking about decent finesse lady game. You don't tell a man that type of stuff straight up front. The dude will split. And I don't want to hear shit out here about, well, if he a real man's, he'll help her. No, motherfucker, I don't know you. Yeah, I'm a real man for the people that I know, for the people that I can trust, for the people that respect me and I can respect them back. Yeah, I'm a real man for the people that has done things for me and I could do things for them and I know that they actually have my back. That's how that goes. You're supposed to have standards and principles, definitely as a man. Now, to help someone that you just met in this type of way, that's a big no-no. That's a huge no-no. And she did herself a disservice by putting that shit out there like that, instead of having enough game about herself to where she could get him in a little bit, actually try to get to know him if she need to, well, she's going to have to, but I'm just saying, she doesn't even have enough game to get the job done, baby. That's the reason why you probably still need the crankshaft.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.